Let me ask you this. If motivation no longer works, the problem is the problem you? No, I'll tell you right now, it's not you. You're not lazy. You're not losing discipline, and you're not suddenly less driven than you used to be. If pushing harder produces less clarity, less energy, and less momentum, what's the problem is that the system is broken, not the leader. Motivation doesn't fail randomly, it fails at scale. So earlier in my career, motivation worked beautifully. What about your career? You remember, you set goals, you applied pressure, you pushed through, effort produced results. But at senior levels, something changes. Your role expands and complexity, man, it multiplies, right? And there's always these consequences that deepen. And your performance is no longer isolated. Every decision now affects people, politics, and budgets, and reputation. Yet most leaders keep using the same internal operating system that worked when the load was lighter. So when results begin to slow, the instinct is familiar, right? You try harder, you push more, the intensity becomes greater. And that's where the damage really begins. So motivation only works when structure supports performance. When structure fails, motivation doesn't fix the problem, it amplifies it. And at senior levels, leadership is no longer powered by effort, it's powered by architecture. And without redesign and motivation, man, things begin to it becomes abrasive. Motivation becomes friction. So I've got three secrets that are related to this erosion of leadership. Number one, and this is a truth, right? I mean, I hate dropping these truth bombs on you, but drive can be dangerous at high levels, and it's not because it's bad, but because it hides deterioration, right? Strong leaders can compensate longer than anyone else. They work around broken systems, they absorb ambiguity, they push through overload. So nothing collapses, but beneath the surface, man, decay accelerates. And the drive doesn't solve structural failure, it basically delays visibility. Secret number two. So, when the system degrades, clarity is the first thing to disappear. Priorities begin to blur, and your decisions just become slower. And the authority seems to concentrate. Instead of redesigning structures, leaders do this instead. They increase pressure. They create more urgency and more availability and produce more personal effort. And the pressure temporarily restores motion. But motion is not clarity. And over time, that pressure really becomes the operating system. And everything feels important and everything feels heavy and everything feels nasty out there, right? That's not burnout. That's architectural overload. Secret number three, and this is a paradox, right? The harder you work, the heavier leadership becomes. And this is because effort adds load and structure adds stability. When leaders rely on effort to compensate for failing structure, they become the shock absorber for the organization. And shock absorbers, well, what happens to them? They wear out, right? The constant fatigue, they wear out. And it's not from weakness, it's from doing exactly what they were designed to do. So, why you may, as a leader, feel trapped. It's not that you've lost ambition, and it's not that you've outgrown the system fueling it, but motivation becomes exhausting. It no longer creates momentum and it begins to create drag. And it's not because you, the leader, changed, it's because leadership moved from execution to architecture and the system never evolved. And this is why motivation cannot fix senior level breakdown. It was never designed to. The solution isn't more discipline or more hacks or more grit. It's redesign. We created something called the Authority Architecture Diagnostic, and it exists to identify whether your leadership system is still stable or whether motivation is masking structural failure. And if anything in this video felt uncomfortably accurate, well, check out the link. It's in the description because you got to keep this in mind. At higher levels, effort doesn't create sustainability, structure does. Share this video with somebody who will benefit. And please subscribe and comment. And as always, I'll see you in the next video. Stay strong.